everybody, I'm Mary Ann Turner, the Enfield Republican Chairman. And before you go too far, please subscribe to our YouTube video to make sure that you get all of these things that we're going to be putting out over the next few months. Today we're going to be sitting here and we're talking to Carl Sferrazza, one of our new councilmen at our Councilor Communications. And Carl, how are things going now that you're on the council?
Well, I'll tell you, Mary Ann, I think they're going very well. But I will tell you that I anticipated this was going to be a lot of work. But I missed my mark. It's double that. I know as police chief, you know, my focus every day was pretty much on the physical well-being and safety of our residents and our officers. And although I still maintain that as an ex-chief, now I want to make sure that we're paying attention to not just the public safety part of our community, but our education, role. Are we providing what our children need in education? I'm thinking about the seniors and, you know, people living on fixed incomes, living on Social Security. They're not getting 10 or 12 or 18% raises like I've seen recently. So the focus now is much broader than it was as police chief. But in the end, the work is worth it because, bottom line is I love Enfield and my family and friends live here. And I'm enjoying every minute of it.
When you and I were talking before you were going to fill the seat for us, one of the things we chatted about, and I said, you'll be amazed at what you learn once the big book is put in your lap.
You're right.
Because everybody always thinks that the council seat is one thing, or they could go in there and change or move mountains. But I'll bet you found that what you thought you knew is not what you now know.
That's absolutely true. Although I worked for the town I was with the police department for 40 years, 25 years in administration, so very familiar with the budget process. What you come to find out now is there's competing interest for our limited dollars. A lot of good programs. And whenever you add to one, your option is you have to reduce something else or increase taxes. And you know what? I'm not a believer that when there's a budget shortfall, the first thing is let's just tax more. We can't do much about what's happening in our state, but it seems that's what's going on in Hartford today, right? Whether it be regressive taxes like tolls, taxing our soda drinks, haircuts, whatever, just more and more and more. And on our level, I'd like to see if there's something we could do that instead of taxing more, can we do what we're doing in a better way?
How is it,
now that you're on the council and you work more as a team, a whole group, how does it feel? I mean, how does it work? How's the relationship? Yeah, how's the dynamics with everyone?
Well, I got to tell you, I believe everybody on the council, whether you're an R or a D, I think in the end we all want the same thing. We all want this to be a wonderful community to live in. I don't believe anyone on the council wants it to go the other way. There's disagreement sometimes with respect to how do we get there? What is the best way to get there? And I'm beginning to find out that I think the best course of action is really to take a couple of steps before the meeting. So we have agendas and we know what the issues are. So I try not to just show up on council night and hear for the first time. I try to do my own research and homework into issues so I have an understanding of the issue going forward. And second, I very much appreciate and listen when people come up, either it be in public communications, whether it be the minority party, whatever, just to hear what people are saying. So you take all that information, you take all your research, you talk to your colleagues, and in the end you have to make a decision. And you make it what you believe is the best thing to do. And the next day you get up and you say, I'm sorry it had to go that way, but I honestly think it was the right thing to do. The other thing is never believe that you have all the answers to everything, because you don't. There's some issues that come up before the council that have more to do with maybe law enforcement or public safety. Obviously, I would know more. But I'm very much trying to absorb as much as I can from my colleagues that have been there a while. And just listen to people, and in the end, you just try to make the best decision you can.
Well, thank you very much, Carl. So, Carl's new to the council. He's kind of told you what it's like. I expect that you'll probably be running come a few months from now. and we'll get you back here to talk a little bit about that when it comes around the corner. All right, everybody, thank you very much for your time this evening, and take a minute to get to know Carl. If you haven't met him at the council over the dais, then I guess you'll meet him in the grocery store around town, right, Carl?
That's probably right.
All right, everybody, we'll see you next time.